It's all speckled. It's like...
No, it's
Oh, is it a ting, is it?
Black.
Thanks, bro. Yeah. You got my back.
Of course, and
Front,
front.
my back, and my front.
Yeah. You got any jokes?
I know you do.
Okay. What do you call a euphonium player with warm hands?
Tell me.
Mark Glover.
Any more?
I could do one more.
Please.
What? 6 more. What do you call a euphonium player that doesn't like sunlight?
I don't know.
Gary Curtin.
When have you thought... Oh,
Because he's Irish.
oh is it? Right, okay.
That one's a
That's
double.
quite good. That's better.
That one's a double.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got one more.
No, I don't have any more.
Is that it?
Well, I've got some dirty...
Is that the 7
I've-
hours of driving
No.
compiled into 2 jokes?
Yeah. That Glover one is class. Like, that's top quality joke.
Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome back to That's Not Banding for episode 5.
Episode 5.
It seems to be absolutely flying by,
I know.
which is a really great thing, actually, to be honest.
Yeah.
But you might have noticed a little bit of a change of scenery. So we are actually in my hometown living room at home.
The Smith family
The
home.
Smith family living room.
Yeah.
It's very, very good to be back. And it's obviously fantastic to have you down as well, Chris.
Yeah.
This is the second time you've been, right? Not to here.
Cornwall, yeah, but never to Devoran,
We
which
came-
I now know.
Well done. Well
Devoran.
done. Proud of you, yeah.
It took 7.5 hours to drive from Manchester to here.
Yeah, I feel a bit
Yeah.
jammy about that because I think I already told you. So, yeah, but it took me 5.5.
Yeah.
Which is like, I've not had that good of
was
a
a-
run in a while.
It was a Monday as well, and I thought, I'll come down on Monday and we'll just do like a weekday thing, and no.
All these people in their caravans, mate.
It's Cornwall holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah, like Mick Morris.
Like
Hi,
me,
Mick.
though. I'm Mick. Welcome to Cornwall. But I'm on holiday in Cornwall, so I'm part of the problem, you know. You're not in
Yeah.
traffic, you are traffic.
Yeah,
You know.
fair enough. But
yeah,
Monday's a
it's
bit of a
far.
rogue one, to be fair. So,
far.
yeah, that was a bad draw for you, mate. But really, really pleased to have you down here properly. Last time you were down was Hall for Cornwall, right? When we did it last year,
Last May, I think.
which was the same week as
June.
Bugle. It's like the third time we've mentioned Bugle.
Yeah,
it
big
was
up Bugle.
June. It was June. But
It's far away, man. How did you get? I genuinely, after being in this tiny village in this pretty small place,
yes,
I'm kind of baffled at the fact that to give you some flowers early on.
whoa,
that an incredible cornet player, was able to be produced from this place. It's pretty crazy that there's no like outstanding bands. There's no. There's not as many opportunities. Like it's mad, and maybe that just proves. I know I want you to answer that question, but maybe it proves that banding and music in general, it is for everyone. Like
100%.
Yeah, don't look at geography or family or money or to an extent all those things, but anyone can do it.
I have to say on that note, well, 2 points really, really quickly. Point number 1, I was very blessed in the fact that Alan Pope, who, shout out Alan, hello,
Hi, Alan.
conducted the band that I played for, Camborne Brass, right up until I was 18 and left for uni. He still is very chummy with like a lot of the really good kind of brass solo artists and former banders and current banders, like your Alan Morrisons, your Dave Childs, Dave Thorntons, Les, Owen, all that lot.
Household names in banding.
They always used to come down when I was growing up, which was like baffling because that really doesn't happen that much anymore.
No. So he had loads of music, I guess, and he had he could play a bit himself. He had loads of experience,
Absolutely.
brass band music, and
So I
solo
did get
music.
lucky.
It's always lucky. It's so important to have the luck, but obviously you practiced, you listened to music,
Tried my best.
Became a huge nerd about music and banding, and that's super important as well. But yeah, it's very cool to see the
absolutely
the inner
and the
story.
The other thing, we both teach online, right?
We do
For the
now,
same company.
Are we plugging ourselves now?
Hashtag your space.
I mean, we might as well. We've plugged enough people. Yeah, we both teach on an online website called yourspacemuziclessons.com, and yeah, it means that we can connect with people. I've had people in Arizona and Bahrain
and mate,
Japan.
that's why I'm so passionate about it, coming from an area like this.
Yeah, no, that makes
if I had access to that when I was growing up, maybe it would be another story completely. You never know. You never know.
And it's it is a good price. Like, it's not like mad fees. Like, some people charge £200 for an hour lesson. It's like it's pretty good. It's pretty good for people. Yeah.
That's mad, £200.
It's insane.
£200.
I'm not going to name names, but I know, trumpet players.
Yeah, so anyway, welcome to Cornwall, Chris, and
Thank you.
it's been fantastic showing you the sights, having you around this week. It just so happened as well that I have been doing a kind of tour of Cornwall, if you like, with Blackburn and Darwin band who came down last weekend, only a few days ago for us. We're recording on a Wednesday. So yeah, we did Truro Methodist Church Friday, Charlestown Regatta Saturday, and St Austell Band Club on the Sunday, all of which were like so much fun.
Guest soloist?
I was guest soloing and guest principal cornet. I thought I'd got away with it, mate. I thought I was doing a couple of solos and then going to the bar.
No, you're doing all the solos.
Yeah, plus their Witch Haven Entertainment's program, plus same for Red Admiral. But if any of you guys know Milestone, concerto by Pete Meekin, if you don't know it, go and listen to it. The middle movement, which I had to play with B&D, is a beautiful piece of music, but my God, it requires chops. It's the most stamina draining solo I've ever played. I reckon I'm safe to say.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm thinking of a lot of other chop heavy ones. That's saying something.
Just long notes up on like middle C to high G and stuff like that. That's the hardest stuff.
It's such a.
It's like if you ever like respect to like solo horn players and first baritone players and first trombone, but they get more rests. If you like, I play solo youth and it's hard, right? And it's stamina and it's high and low and melody and counter melody, blah blah blah. But when you play a first baritone part for like. At Grammy we used to play Orange Juice, and and like the euphoniums don't play loads of that. And I looked at Mike Cav's part, and he's just like
Mike Cav baritone.
Yeah, baritone. My
for Chris's mum.
But for the figurative mum.
For Chris's mum.
For the figurative listener. He's the principal baritone at Black Dyke,
I know what you mean.
It's tough, especially accompanying solos. Like they're the worst parts. If arrangers or composers, if you're writing solos, make the accompaniments easy because
please be nice.
You know the audience are listening to the person stood up. So if the soloist is playing, don't write stupid like high G's on long notes on first trombone or solo horn and stuff like that, because then they complain. Then and when I play, like, I can't remember what solo, like, oh yeah, I can't wait for you to stop playing that because my part's just a roast and it's for nothing.
Yeah,
Benedictus from The Armed Man, Carl Jenkins, shout out.
And then the next piece on the conductor will be like, oh, you've all just had a break, so let's put an overture.
The first baritone part for Benedictus is one of the worst pieces of paper I've ever viewed. It's horrible. Don't even play it, guys. It's on first horn.
Anyway.
That's not banding!
Chris.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Norway. You've done a lot of miles this past 7 days. You've been over to Norway to do 2 summer schools. You've then driven up straight from landing in Manchester Airport. You've been up to Edinburgh for a wedding, and then you've come down, and now you're with me, and you're off to Penrith.
We could do some like mad
tomorrow.
So I did a week in Scotland just as like go home for a week and see our family. I went to the Brewdog AGM and got this t-shirt. It was dead cool. So my family. We're both,
brand placement.
Well, we're both wearing brewery t-shirts.
Oh yeah, this is more of
obviously drinkaware.co.uk or whatever. But no, that was super fun. And then came back down to England, went to Norway, which I was.
So what were you up to in Norway?
So I was luckily enough invited to be like a tutor at a course in Horten, which is just south of, kind of on the south side of Oslo, near Sandefjord. And it was like a Besson thing, and Owen Farr was there, and Dave Martin, shout out. I had the best week with him. He's one of my favourite people in the world now.
Was he conducting?
He was conducting at the weekend, but he also works as an administrator for NMF, which is the Music Federation in Norway, and he's just amazing.
Nice.
He's just amazing. We had some amazing chats, amazing like banter and jokes, but real chats, and we just he made it very easy for me to just enjoy, and like he's a great guy, and a great conductor, great musician, and just lovely. He's a great guy. So he then got in contact and said, right, while you're in Norway, would you be able to come and do another course for a week, which is at the Trondheim Music Fagskole, which is one of the main kind of music schools in Norway, and I could only do 4 days of it, which I did, and it was working with a wind band for teenagers. The weekend was all adults,
right?
For local bands around that area, but then the week was it was called the Black Course for older students, and they were like from 15 to 18, 19.
So age category, not ability.
Yes. So some obviously were amazing players, and some were just not as good as you'd. For 18, that doesn't matter how good you are. That's just
You're 18.
You're just 18.
You're in this group.
Yeah, and it was great, and we played some solo. I met a guy there. He's called Sindre Storslotten, and he is an emerging talent on the euphonium. He was.
Just say that name again.
Sindre Storslotten. It's probably wrong, but remember the name. However
tricky it is to pronounce.
Yeah, Sindre. He's amazing, and we played a duet. We played Philip Sparks' 2-part invention, and
awesome.
He really showed me up. He's a killer, bro. He's future star. So watch out for him. And I met a guy, William. He's the top man. William Scramset, the top man of Manga and trumpet player, and we did some playing together.
Great player, by the sounds of it,
just an absolute legend.
Yeah. Oh, great, man.
And then came back.
Glad
straight,
it was good.
Went north to a wedding, which was absolutely beautiful. Heard the best wedding band I've ever heard, called Ernest the band.
I've been hearing about this band non-stop for the past 3 days.
My God, this singer. And then came straight back from Edinburgh to Manchester, and then from Manchester to Cornwall, the furthest away place.
We'll go to the pub after this, and we'll tot up all of the miles collectively between us.
I know, but I drove for like half a day
in the past week,
and then it's like, oh yeah, take a left at the ass end of nowhere and continue straight for 45 miles. I'm like, where do you live? It's awful.
I've got some great stories about driving down, but not for now. But yeah, great that Norway was good. Summer schools are so much fun.
Yeah, what have you been doing?
Well, I was going to say it's nice that we both get to do a few more every year. They seem to be stacking up. So it's kind of old news now because it was before episode 4 came out. But I recently got back from the Fermanagh Tyrone brass band summer school, which I think I've done
Tyrone.
3 or 4.
Tyrone.
Oh, is it?
They don't say Tyrone. It's not like
a boxer.
It's not like the Coronation Street car. Yeah, Tyrone, County Tyrone.
Tyrone.
Yeah.
FTBBSS for short.
Fermanagh.
That'll do.
Fermanagh. Tyrone.
But yeah, 3 or 4 times I think I've done that now, and it's by far my favourite course I have done to present day. It is so much fun.
Why?
Well, let's get into it. So it's a 3-day course currently, I think. We arrive on the Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So yeah, 3 days. And it's really not that expensive. It's something like 60 quid a head or something. I don't know.
What?
Don't quote me on that. But it's very reasonably priced. And everyone, it's advertised as this kind of social course where you go to do a bit of playing, socialise with the tutors, socialise with each other, have a great laugh, play some great music, and just have fun.
Great.
Which is what it should be about, right?
Yeah.
No one takes themselves too seriously. You've got a massive mixture of ability. This year we had 75 in the band, and that was capped. From what Stephen Crooks, which I'll talk a little bit about him in a minute, from what he was telling me, there would have been over 100 if he didn't cap it, but he had to cap it.
Is it international? Or is it Northern Irish or Irish?
Well, anyone can come.
Were there UK English?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of locals, lots of people who are maybe 3 hours away or less, but also people who travel over. It's cool. Awesome. People, once you go back. I think is the kind of gist. It's one of those courses, and I mean, I'll talk about it perhaps again next year when we go, because there's some exciting news about that if you haven't seen, which I'll talk about in it. But that we do like a variety of activities, and everyone gets really involved, no matter their ability. It's a really wholesome, fun, banter-filled course, I would say.
Good music.
And the music selection is always really good. Stephen Crooks is absolute hero. He's a wizard at getting things organised. I've never seen someone. He's a wizard.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. He is. I'm telling you.
Right.
He is like the calmest dude when it comes to, and I'm sure the other tutors will agree with me. See, Stephen, I hope you don't mind me saying this. Like, when people approach him with like 1,000,001 questions, he'll be like, yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, don't worry, I'll sort that.
Nice.
Calm, cool as a cucumber, will just sort everything.
Great.
And do it without making a fuss. He is like a proper unsung hero, and he is doing absolute wonders for the banding scene over in Northern Ireland.
Brilliant.
It's looking fantastic, and it's looking like it's got a lot of longevity now, and that's all a massive part thanks to Stephen. So massive shout out, Stephen. Well
Bravo.
done. It's awesome to see what you're doing. It's amazing to be a very small part of it. And before we move on, you may have seen, may or may not have seen, Chris Robertson sat next to me.
Heard of him.
And Lucy Cutt as well, Gary's wife,
nice.
is, well, you're both joining the course next year, aren't you, as tutors?
Yep.
Amy Ewan, the former tutor, can't be there next year, so Chris is taking her place. And Lucy is coming in as a flugel / horn tutor to help Owen out, just because of the sheer volume. There's so many. And
That's
Gary's
great.
already there.
That's great.
And Lucy's great as well. So, yeah, brilliant to welcome you guys.
Can't
And
wait. Can't wait.
It's, I've bigged it up. I still think it's going to go beyond your expectations. It's an awesome course.
That's not banding.
There's some Black Dyke news. We should do that.
There is.
Yeah.
And this isn't old news. This came out 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Beginning
for
of
us,
August.
For us, yeah.
For us, exactly.
Exactly. And Black Dyke have ended their partnership with Geneva.
They have indeed. Now, the 4 Bars Rest press release reads quite clearly.
Yeah.
And I, just to kind of see if I could get a little bit more information, I emailed Vince, the guy who, the top dog at Geneva, really.
We emailed a few people,
Yeah,
to ask what's going on.
Including Tim Oldroyd, which is really bad of me because he hasn't worked there for 3 years.
Yeah.
Plus. Sorry about that, Tim. I emailed Vince and just kind of said that we'd heard the news and just wondering if there's any more light to shed on the situation so that we could, because we were always going to talk about it, right?
It's just a bit, it's out of the blue. And
exactly. And it's important to talk
and
about.
this is the news, yeah.
This is La News. Maybe this is our new segment. In the news!
We need some catchy
Yeah, we
jingle.
need a little jingle. Someone send in a news jingle.
Yes.
So, this is what Vince said. Regarding your request for a comment on the completion of a 5-year commercial sponsorship between the Black Dyke Band and Geneva Instruments, I echo my absolute agreement with the contents of the joint press release on 4 Bars Rest. Whilst I understand that in the brass band world will be wanting to hear any sordid details of Trump-esque style falling out, I'm afraid it would be fake news and couldn't be further from the truth. The sponsorship didn't just set the bar for musical excellence, it sparked bold collaborations in the continuous development of our revered Geneva Cardinal range of instruments. Now, great, fantastic. I think there's still a little bit more to it.
Well, yeah, probably, but so the Besson were the Black Dyke sponsor beforehand, and they had been for forever, and it was a big shock to Besson when that partnership was ending. There must have been a good reason for Black Dyke
that's very true.
to jump ship, and I spoke to some Besson people at the time. Also, in no way during the release of the Black Dyke and Geneva partnership did they ever say it was a 5-year deal or a 5-year contract, which maybe they don't have to, but now to come out and say that the 5-year deal has ended, it's almost like explaining it in post.
Yeah, exactly. So when we were talking about it earlier, I kind of said, well, yeah, maybe there was a 5-year contract that was signed, and I guess like as the start of a collaboration, why would you then include that? Because you're hoping then for a bit of longevity, and to renew that 5-year contract, but it's a kind of safety net. Also, like, okay, we've got 5 years of this. If anything happens in that 5 years, then we'll either renew or not. Yeah, that's how the word works.
People are always like changing. Like, think how many of the top players, like maybe especially euphonium players, like you know, apart from like Steve Mead and Dave Childs, who have always been Besson, but like other top euphonium players have switched brands loads of times, and bands have been sponsored for like X number of years and then not been sponsored, and then they're sponsored by someone else. I think that there is a wave that kind of drops and levels out. So when Black Dyke get Geneva sponsorship, because of their name and because of their fans and because of just the banding in general, they will sell a lot of Genevas.
And it's been a big partnership. There's two kind of ways of looking at it. I suppose it could either be a really good thing, which I'll elaborate on, or it could be not so good.
Go on.
It could be fantastic if, you know, I don't know the ins and outs of the way that Geneva work as a company.
No one does.
Well, yeah, we don't even know how Besson really works, and we know
of
everyone.
course not. It's not for us to know, really.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but it could be that they could be remodeling, they could be restaffing, doing something like that. Someone could have come in and taken over the budgeting side of things and said, right, this partnership has been going 5 years. Let's put that money somewhere else now, quietly, without causing a big fuss over, taking that the spotlight away from Dyke.
Yeah.
Let's use that money now to stretch further afield, instead of just staying stagnant, which I think is probably part of it.
Probably.
Also, like I was saying to you before the podcast, though, any way you do it, people are always going to speculate, and it doesn't look great on any brand to then pull out. Imagine if it was like Arsenal and Prime, for example, big collaboration in the spotlight at the moment. If Prime was dropped, you'd expect that to have a huge impact on KSI and Logan.
Yeah, possibly. But I think,
for an example,
Yeah. Also, somebody, just to dial back to something we talked about in episode 3 about the Corey and the Williams thing, somebody messaged, remember how you said that the Williams deciding to leave Corey and give up the huge band and seats is a good thing for Adams, because it's like good to vouch for that brand. Same
kind of thing.
Somebody has responded to that saying maybe it's not good for Adams, because with them not playing for bands, like, were they sponsoring the players or were they sponsoring the seats? Do you know?
That's an interesting take.
Nothing against their playing or anything like that, but is their stock less worthy or lower without sitting in those seats? Like, would we be best in artists if we didn't? Would we be best in artists if we didn't play for Brighouse? Are they sponsoring me, or are they sponsoring the solo youth player of Brighouse?
Got you.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do see what you mean. I do see what you mean.
So now that they don't have a seat in a band, and they'll find somewhere.
Well, it'll be interesting in more on the Geneva thing.
Yeah.
If they then come back and
not my words, by the way.
No. If they then come back and just sponsor, I don't know, Grimethorpe with the exact same model, that's a bit odd.
But I think that will sell more instruments. I think sponsoring 5 bands for 2 years each over a 10-year period is better than sponsoring 1 band for 10 years.
Maybe, but
because
then
the curve flattens of the instrument sales.
Yeah.
Unless you sponsor them forever and that band continue to progress, and maybe Corey and
And it's hard when each unit is so expensive to then just double it and be like, okay, we'll sponsor Dyke and another band.
We asked them.
That's hard in this industry.
We did ask about all the instruments, because obviously the players, and the players are different. Like, the principals are different than when they signed, because it was Dan Thomas and it was Zoe on Flugel, and it was
it's probably just Richard and
not even Mike, because he's not. But I guess. Properly Richard. Siobhan as well. Siobhan bass, solo horn. Richard Marshall, top man.
For Barbara.
But the and there's money in that. So 2 years ago when the Black Dyke seat was up, there was an offer for because obviously people get paid in different way for these top bands. Only maybe 5 or 6 bands get any money for principal players, or for more for all the bands. But at Brighouse, we get a monthly retainer, so we get like a little bit of money every month, which it just goes towards like our mental
basically covers fuel, doesn't it?
It covers our mental health, having to play solos and practice parts and get lessons with DK and all the the little bit extra you have to do, and the pressure. It's pressure money, right? It's
pub money and fuel money.
But it's also money to pay for like the right player. Because because there's a lot of like you could go and play the trumpet and get £200 a gig somewhere, and like twice a month and earn more money in that way. But it's just a little bit of a nod.
Don't remind me.
Maybe it's a little bit of a nod to the talent, let's say.
Okay.
With respect to all the other seats. Sometimes bands get paid per job, so if you do a gig, then you get paid money. Black Dyke, there was an offer of money per concert, but not if they play it on a Thursday. So they do a lot of Thursday.
I remember all
this.
So
if it's on a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but they do a lot of Thursday concerts, so none of the principals get paid as far as I know. But then there was a retainer, which was Geneva money. So for me to join the band and play on the Geneva euphonium, that was going to be £200 a month.
Just for that?
For solo youth, just to play the instrument.
On top of everything else.
In that band, yeah.
Yeah.
So it would have been way more money than Brighouse eventually, but loads of reasons. So...
Are you still here, by the way?
I'm still here. Yeah, but what's happening now with that money? So like those principal players, like Adam or whoever was on those retainers, are they just having a pay cut now? Assumedly, yes.
Well, you don't know, do you?
So we've not had a lot of time to dig on this, but we just want to say our part. Also, we asked the Geneva people about what happens with the instruments, because obviously Black Dyke get given a full set.
Yes.
And are they to be sold? Because you often see bands, and do they just give Black Dyke instruments and then they sell them, and then Black Dyke just make pure profit? Or are they going to keep playing on the Genevas? Do they have replacement instruments? Do they have another brand?
That's quite a big one, which I didn't get answered. But that going back to the thing I was saying about like, if they just sponsor another band and just take the instruments with them, blah 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 blah, it'd be a bit funny.
But then they're not brand new anymore as well.
And that, but it might be. You never know. They might come back in 2 months and they might be funding this massive youth project with all of the money that and those instruments and all the resources.
Let's just say that they're not doing that. Sorry, guys. Right. As always, the podcast is just it's just the pub chat, but we're filming it. You know, all this is being
correct.
It's being talked about behind closed doors anyway. So we just want to open the doors, and here you are. Welcome to Cornwall.
That's not banding.
So I wanted to. We haven't spoken about this yet, but I was speaking to. I've caught up with quite a lot of banders since I've been home, and I've been speaking to a couple who are actually singing from the same hymn sheet on something that I've not really considered before, and I've not spoken to Chris about this, so it'll be interesting to get your thoughts and like your reaction. To be fair, because I was like a bit taken aback by it. It was just like a bit confusing. So I've been speaking, to I'm not going to name bands, but like quite a few different bands, and there seems to be an issue with attendance. Basically, is what I'm getting at. And obviously, we need to look after the brass band movement. Everyone's heard that whole spiel before, but it's true. So most bands have kind of been using that I've spoken to have been using this app. I can't remember the name of the app, but they've been putting they've been diarising the gigs that they've got, like we do on Office on 365, and there is also a function on this app. I really wish I could remember the name now. There's a function on this app that allows all the members to see who's attending what. And the people I've been speaking to, the bands of those people, are restricting that so band members can't see who's attending, who's not, because if the more people that attend, the more likely people are to sack it off and miss.
The more people attend.
That's what I mean. So say if I played first baritone, you played second baritone, and we had a gig down the road on Saturday,
right,
and I was a bit like, oh, I've got something on,
right,
and I saw you were going to be there, and the rest of the turnout was looking good, I'll be like, well, they don't need me.
Right.
Everyone else is there, so I can just miss this one, and there's not that much of an impact. So it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've never thought of it that way around. Yeah, but it's not. But just kids.
This is kind of like the modern thing of banding, and there aren't. You know, I would hear stories from back in the day of there are 5 people waiting to jump into your chair if you miss a rehearsal and all this. So yeah, it's just not like that anymore.
Exactly, and as you've kind of seen now, being down here for a week, there's not players like even more so ready to jump in that seat.
Of course not.
So then,
same in my hometown, because
exactly,
if you're coastal, you have a much harder gig to get players.
There'll be so many other places like this, not just in the UK, but around the world, and all these hotspots for banding. Like there just isn't the players to fill seats. But then it will give people a bit of a sense of power, where it's like, well, I can't be easily replaced, so they're just going to stick with me. So I'm just going to fob it off. Bad. And what are they going to do? Whereas, like, even up at the top with us, like, I've got to find another player for the cornet section soon, and I'm racking my brains thinking who could we have?
That's tricky for a different reason though, because it's ability based rather than just.
Well, I suppose so, but it's not like abundance, is it?
Yeah, but
it's not an abundance of it.
The player for the band exists, whereas down here they possibly don't even exist.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're irreplaceable even.
There's a shortage of players.
Yeah, there are.
So regardless of what they do, they'll be asked back here.
Yeah,
most
and
of
loads
the
of people
time.
retire, and you find you need cornets. This way, even I was
a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah,
right?
I was loving on cornet players, but it's just a thing, and Cornet's the hardest one because you have to
so many.
Well, because you have to be good and you're exposed, and people throw stones at the Cornets because they have them out. They're the most obviously wrong if they're wrong, and really, it's the hardest one. So like, give them a break.
Yeah.
but it's also a thing of like, you know, the teaching of pupils, and we spoke a little bit at the end of the last episode about there are loads of youth bands and there are loads of kids that play in school and stuff, and just how can you get them into your band rooms?
Yeah.
But
I think also again, it's kind of an uphill battle in places like, well, your hometown and here, like a lot of the especially kind of lower section bands are just fighting for survival half the time. And you can quite, from the outside, it's easy to see that they can quite easily lose perspective on the bigger picture, where it's, you know, band needs to be worth turning up for. It's not just about scraping through and trying to stay afloat and earn enough money. Obviously that is a huge part of it, but it's a cycle. You've got to get people turning up to band. How do you get people turning up to band? You get the numbers, and you make sure that band is enjoyable and they've got a reason to turn up. Then the more people you turn up, the more gigs you can do, the more success you have. Porthleven, perfect example. I've just thought of this. So I don't know if you've seen them on Facebook. I'm assuming you have, because they've got... it was announced the other week, wasn't it? They've got just less followers than Corey. They're like the second most followed band in the UK, at least. Brass band.
What?
It's insane. I'm going to see if I can find their profile. But
this is what we're talking about, appealing to the audience. And, you know, they're a good band. They're not going to be as good as Corey, obviously, but their video, their content, and they play it out.
Porthleven is a tiny fishing village.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what you were talking about when you said the word.
First section band, 51k followers.
Yeah, and it's the SOP player that was... That solo of him playing went viral. It was great.
But they're out all the time.
That's the difference.
In the harbour and stuff, playing, well, all sorts of stuff.
They probably go out just to play outside, just to get video. They probably do gigs just to get videos because they know that that's the thing.
But it's joyous. They're all having an amazing time. They're not playing the same stuff over and over again.
And the crowds come out because they've heard of them. Why have they heard of them? Because they filmed it and put it on social media. I know it.
That's a whole other thing.
You may not go viral. Most things don't go viral. That's the whole concept of that.
But people have a reason to turn up then. So everyone does. They've got a full band, pretty much everything
like
they do.
A little bit of investment.
Or whatnot. The point I'm making is just they've got people turning up because they've got something to turn up for.
To the attendance thing, yeah.
It's linked to that.
Yeah.
Everyone in that band looks like they enjoy band. I know.
And they're going to get better as well because they're playing on stage or outside and stuff like that.
100%.
And full bands and stuff like that. And then if you've got a full band, you end up playing louder, which makes you a better player. Mm-hmm. And if you go to band and there's only 14 people there and you're on SOP and you're not able to fill, or on front row on your own, you're not able to fill the instruments or any seat, and you just have a bad time. Because success breeds success. And failure.
Yeah. There's so much more to unpack about that subject, but I think what I would just like to say regarding that is, if you are in one of those areas, such as Cornwall or Carnoustie, in a remote, probably coastal area, and you're in a band that has that kind of problem, if those things are kind of resonating with you, just have a think. Talk to your MD, talk to your committee, whoever, talk to the band, and make sure, just check in with everyone and just make sure they've got a reason to come. Make sure it's fun. Make sure people are... banding is a hobby. We always forget that. We have to remember that, even like in Brighouse. It's a hobby. And yes, you've got to work hard, and yes, it's difficult, and yes, it's not always easy, but ultimately you've got to enjoy it. You've got to enjoy being part of a team. Yeah. And it's hard to enjoy being part of a team when people aren't turning up and people are half-arsing it.
It really is.
Everyone's got to be all or nothing.
All for one, yeah.
All for one. Absolutely.
All
one
in,
and all.
All in or not at all.
Exactly. Agreed. Someone should say that's not banding now.
Mate, you know what though? Like non-attendance and all that stuff and appealing to the audience, that is banding. Let's bang.
That's not banding.
All right, we're coming to the end. Should we do a little game?
A little game.
So we have a new segment today, guys. Episode 5.
Whoa!
In like football podcasts and stuff like that, and shows, they do this one, start, bench, sell, and they get 3 players, and one you'd start in the team, one you'd put on the bench, and one you'd sell.
So shag, marry, avoid.
Kind of. Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of. I would. We're gonna do one about pieces of music, okay? Mm-hmm. So our categories are play one, cut one, and burn one. Okay, and I'm gonna give you the first rendition of this.
Play one, cut one, burn one.
So these are actually all topical pieces, all recently used in the championship section regional areas.
He's done his research, people.
So we're gonna say diversions, bourgeois, variations on enigma, and red priest. So the last 3 area pieces.
Burn red priest.
Burn red priest, okay.
Cut enigma.
Right.
Play diversions.
Why?
I did love that piece.
You liked it, yeah.
Yeah. Tricky. Enigma is another great piece, but
nice.
I just preferred diversions, I guess.
Can we put your red priest recording in?
No. We're burning red priest because I can't play it.
Red priest burned you first.
Yeah, I go. Yeah, burned is nice.
I'm gonna say red priest play because I just love Vivaldi, and I love honestly not. So I played red priest 13 years ago with Kirky at the Grand Shield, and we came second and got re-promoted to the British Open, and it was like amazing. It was my first UK wide, good result and stuff like that. So I really liked it. And the music is amazing. And Wilby's, he's the best, right? He's
nice. Okay.
And I'd probably tough. Like I'd probably play Diversions just because it's like funny and cheeky. But cut Diversions.
Cut Diversions.
Sorry, yeah,
okay,
cut Diversions. Yeah. And Enigma, I actually loved Enigma. It has an amazing euphonium movement and all the different sections and stuff. That was really cool.
Yeah.
So sadly, burn Enigma. But
I'm trying to remember the slow bit for Enigma. I'm trying to remember how it went. Oh yeah. I remember.
Yeah, it was nice.
Nice big solo for you.
Okay, I've got 3 more for you. Okay. So these are Tom Smith's favourite solos to play, and I've got Hetty Wainthrop, Slaughter on 10th Avenue, and contest music.
You bastard.
Play one, cut one, burn one. Go.
Oh god. Hetty, Slaughter,
contest music, the solo.
Right. I would play Slaughter because me and Slaughter get along now.
You played it once. You're 1 for 12.
3 times.
3 times.
I reckon 3.
Rehearsals don't
3
count.
times. What? No, I think me and Slaughter are okay now. I think we're on kind of acquaintance.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all right.
Okay.
Reluctantly, I'd play Slaughter.
Right.
Reluctantly.
Cut.
That's as far as we'll go.
Contest music.
Yeah, that's an easy one actually, isn't it?
You'd cut contest and
that was
burn Hetty Wainthrop
to the ground.
Oh,
like to a pile of ash.
That's famous,
and then blast that pile of ash into space.
Sorry, Mr. McCann. Okay.
Yeah, apologies.
Should we do a quick question for the end?
Yes. What questions have we had, Christopher?
We have a question. It is the best piece of advice you've been given and by who, which is really hard, but we'll do a quick one.
The best piece of advice ever.
First thing that comes to the top of your head.
Ooh, you go first. I need a minute.
I mean, 2 words. One time, well, obviously after that story about the Grimethorpe thing, and
he looks mad.
And I was in. Oh, I should actually tell this. So when on the Tuesday after that all happened, I got a taxi with Dom Longhurst to Hagee to Kingy's old house. It was like his son's house, where he stayed. He used to stay when he was over for the contest, and had met Kingy like 3 years before at one of those RNCM masterclass days where we went up and played. But this was the first time properly. So I give him a call and he's like, yeah, come down to the house, bring Dom with you and stuff like that. So Kingy's usually a little bit late, right? And or overruns. Yeah, or overruns his lessons because he's like, he gets really into it, and he could do it for hours and days, and he does, and it's incredible. So he told me to come at like, I don't know, let's say 1 o'clock. So we arrive and it's like 10 past 1. And we get out the taxi and then we're stood outside the front door. And just before we knock on the door, I just look at Dom and Dom's like, hey Chris, just like be prepared. This could be like the start of the rest of your life. And I'm like, I'm nervous. And he's like, yeah, no, it's all right. Then we have a hug and like right outside the front door of Kingy's house. As we are hugging, this little Lexus pulls up
Oh my god, bro.
with David King and Rosie, his wife, in the car.
What are you boys doing, mate?
Just having a little hug before you listen. Just
Little kiss and a cuddle?
Yeah, honest. And he burned me for it. It was funny. So then we go in and we have the chat. And you remember, you know, it's so fun. I was literally so embarrassed because I was like, what the Obviously, I'd had the worst weekend. So then we go in there and he just said a load of stuff, like enlightening stuff and like stuff I'd never heard, teaching in a brand new way and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, stuff I just jumped on and was like, fine, like all that stuff. I had amazing teachers, but this was...
Yeah.
And it's when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And I at that point, I felt super ready.
I agree with you.
Even though I was uninspired for band and blah, blah, blah. But he just said loads of stuff, but the two words that he said to me that really stuck with me forever is choose yourself. And if you're and if when you're playing,
that's one of his famous ones, isn't it?
One of his best ones. And he's like, choose yourself to be chosen. If you want to be chosen by anybody, you have to choose yourself.
Choose me. Always.
Please choose me. Please, and like begging in that way, and you're playing and you're crying through your instrument, and you're
choose me,
or you're angry, or you're elated, and all that, and you have to make it for yourself.
Do you reckon it works for lottery tickets?
Yeah.
It's like, right, choose me. Do you reckon that's the way?
Yeah, I guess so.
I might try it later.
They could be your numbers, though. You could be like the letters of the alphabet for 8 numbers, or the word choose, 6 numbers. We should do that.
Let's try it. We'll try it later. We completely forgot to mention, by the way, pub quiz champions of the old Key Inn.
We won the pub quiz.
What was it? What's the date today?
It was 8th.
5th of August yesterday.
Yeah, 5th of August, yes.
8th?
I don't know.
Yeah. 5th of August 2025 pub quiz champions.
Yeah, and the decider. So we got down to a decider. So I went up to be our elected team member. It was me and Tom's partner Helen and his mum. And I went up to this guy. He was like 70, called John, and the whole pub are obviously cheering. Go on, John! Go on, John!
Yeah, the crowd were against you, brother. I'm sorry.
And the question was, what is the?
They heard the accent.
What is the area in square miles of mainland USA? So I was like doing the maths. I was like, right, it's got to be like 2,000 miles, and it's got to be like maybe 2,000. Like it's going to be a big number. I'm like 1,000 times 1,000.
That's a lot of zeros.
I was like, I'm going to put 6 zeros. So he wrote like
160k, wasn't it?
160,000 square miles, and they read out his answer first. I was like, oh my god, what's he done? I put
John.
Yeah.
100.
So I put 5 million, and then the whole audience was like, "Ooh,
5."
Yeah.
He was speaking
so
really
then
slow.
The answer is something like 3.2 million. So we got the bottle of rosé and we took it home, and we're going to swig it tonight. And yeah, so pub quiz champions at the Endeavours In pub, which is called
the Old Key Inn.
Shout the Old Key Inn.
Represent.
Thank you.
Yeah,
2 nights out of 2 so far.
2 nights out of 2. Yeah,
See you tonight.
It. Yeah, super. Oh, I never answered the question, did I?
What's your answer?
and then we'll leave you to it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I reckon. I mean, that was a very, very good one, which I was close to agreeing with. But Roger Webster, who's been my long-time mentor now, really is just. Every time you come up to a contest, he preaches the same thing. He's very level-headed. He's managed to kind of create this attitude towards playing where obviously he is one of the goats of. He is the goat of the corner.
He's the best.
He is the boy, and he doesn't care about what people think. There's always going to be people in the audience that you're not going to impress, no matter how you play, no matter what you play, and there's always going to be the opposite people you impress. So when you go on a contest stage. When I go on a contest stage, he'll say to me, nothing to prove, mate, nothing to lose. You just go on there, you have fun, you play your best. You play how you would like to play. Don't play for them, play for yourself, play for the band. Great. As soon as you can actually internalise that, my God, it makes a difference. You do it subconsciously.
It's
you
so
see
hard,
all these people when you go out. I used to keep my head down on the stand. I never used to look out. I will look out every time now.
Yeah, same.
Have a look around, see the audience smiling, smile back, be like, I don't care what you think, I'm just going to sit here and play. And then you walk back in.
If you were in the audience, you'd love to be sat on the stage.
Oh yeah.
Because we used to be in the audience.
And they're always
watching and be like, oh, one day I'll play at the Open, one day I'll play it in London. And now we get to do it, so we got to like...
How easy is it to judge from sitting in the audience? It's like football. It's when you see Gary, who's 61, who's 28 stone, saying, I could have made that, mate.
I could have saved that.
When Haaland has just missed
My grand
finishing
could have
goal.
saved that. Yeah, he could have saved that. He would have saved that, but it's really hard.
Exactly. So as soon
That's
as
it.
you can internalize that, you're nothing to prove, nothing to lose. You are not playing for the audience. It's a revelation. It's a revelation.
Good advice.
And on that note,
Choose yourself.
choose yourself. Choose yourself. Play for yourself.
And follow us on all our channels, YouTube.
And email us on thatsnotbanding@gmail.com.
Thank you. Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Interact with us. Comments, likes, all that good stuff.
Keep it all coming in.
And end of the episode, Tom, you know what that means?
What does that mean, Chris?
It means that we're going to go to Falmouth and we're going to meet John Hitchens.
I completely forgot that was happening.
Let's do
John,
it.
see you soon.
See you soon,
Everyone
John.
else, see you soon.
Take care, guys.